Greetings to all gamers and those who want to earn rewards in games. Now is the right time to play and earn because the crypto market is stagnant and there's no knowing when the growth will start. Why wait when you can get rewards right now? And this is what Dark Country is offering you. What is Dark Country? It's a gothic card and strategy game by play-to-earn NFT in a dystopian Wild West setting with rangers, cowboys, haunted Indians, zombies, ghosts, and demons. The game's core mechanics are inspired by classic collectible card games such as Magic, The Gathering, and Hearthstone. Dark Country combines the best gameplay in the world of NFT games and blockchain. I'll note the main features of the platform straight away. There's the first multi-chain TCG, a framework to support multiple blockchains such as Wax, Flow, and others. There are two main play-for-two game modes, a collectible card game and strategy gameplay based on Dark Country lands, plus more than 300 beautiful cards. Let's get directly to the game. Dark Country lands are the main game assets players can own in the Dark Country universe. Landowners compete with each other for influence by creating in-game activities and rewarding players with game tokens for participating in them. Here we see the landowner, which is a player who owns and uses NFT Dark Country land. Landowners are the creators of in-game activities for soldiers. Then we have the soldiers, which are card game players, and no activity is completed without them. The main goal of the landowners is to make their lands attractive to players by conducting activities on their lands. The game also features quests, and these are passive PvE activities available in Dark Country lands. Players build decks around their heroes and send them on short quests, receiving in-game resources and Shadow Dime coins as rewards. Some resources will go to the owners of the current land. The number of available quests depends on the level of tavern building and can be reinforced by external locations on the world map. The duration of the quest by default is 24 hours and can be reduced depending on the rarity of the cards in the quest deck. The duration of the quest cannot be less than 4 hours. You can also hold custom tournaments here. This is a powerful way to increase the influence of your land. Landowners are limited to one tournament per day. Landowners customize SDM rewards for tournaments manually. There's no maximum reward limit, and the minimum reward will be determined by the Dark Country team and is subject to change. Landowners receive an influence based on the number of players attending the tournament. Players are rewarded with SDM. First place, 50%, second place, 30%, and third place, 20%. Landowners can also fight each other by placing attack orders on other lands. Successful attacks give influence to the winning side and reduce the influence of the losing side. The SDM reward for land battles is set by the Dark Country team. Landowners may choose the ranks of the players they wish to recruit for attacks. Higher ranks are rewarded with more SDM. Landowners receive 5 free attack orders per day. Once created, the order is placed in a queue. The player matching system finds random players who are looking to play and connects them to the attack order virtually. Landowners receive match reports to their in-game email. In addition, it's possible to rent land. The user chooses which land to rent and selects whom to lease from or to, then sets the fee and the term of the lease. The fee will be paid from the daily rewards. There are several buildings in the game. Buildings open up your activities on the land, and there are several types. There's a tavern that unlocks different quest difficulties, the number of questions available, allows landowners to customize, and players to access quests. This is the main control. It unlocks the slots for the heroes' recast stakes and allows landowners to place respawned heroes. There's a mercenary outpost, and it unlocks card leasing. There's a bank, and it allows you to bet SDMs and manage rewards. There's also a guild house, which is used to recruit soldiers and manage the guild. The game has a unique trick. It's land influence. What is that? Land influence is a measure of the power of land in the world of Dark Country. It determines the portion of the global daily SDM reward that the land receives. A higher level of influence provides a higher daily SDM reward. The basic influence is 100 and cannot be lower than this value. Landowners create quests for players that increase their influence after they complete them. Lands have different influence calculation multipliers depending on the rarity of the land. The multiplier applies when a landowner is rewarded for work done on his land. To encourage players to actively play the game, influence points are always reduced. Deflation levels are dynamic and increase exponentially when influence increases. Dark Country also features the concept of alliances. Landowners can join alliances of up to 100 lands, and the main purpose of an alliance is to fight together for the shrines on the world map and to compete with other alliances. Landlords need the help of soldiers to fight each other. Soldiers are recruited in the guild house. The number of soldiers that can be recruited is determined by the level of the guild house. Soldiers receive a daily salary as long as they're hired. In addition to their salary, soldiers receive a reward for their activities. Landlords can give orders to attack other landlords from different alliances. After adjusting the attack order, soldiers of both alliances, attacking and defending, can join the battle from the game menu. Here's how you start playing. First of all, you should acquire some wax or flow assets, namely lands and heroes, and land cards are used to perform several actions in the game, like obtaining tokens and resources. They're the backbone of the ground game, and if you don't have them, you won't be able to start playing. Heroes are used for creating parties, to forge contracts, and for participating in tournaments on lands. Later, you can earn reward tokens for this. Cards are used as soldiers when creating units and participating in tournaments on lands. This can later be used to earn reward tokens. It's also very important to bid on cards to be able to play them in the card game. What will you earn in the game? Influence. Influence is a measure of the strength of the land. It determines the portion of the global daily SDM reward that land receives. A higher level of influence provides a higher daily SDM reward. The basic influence is 100 and cannot be lower than this value. How do you play the game? The game session of the Dark Country Landowner looks like this. You enter the game and place your assets such as lands, heroes, and cards anytime you want to use them in the land game. Since you've staked them, they can be used in various ground events. You get to choose which faction you'll play with. You can bet on any of the factions no matter where you choose. Payouts will be made in percentages that have been placed on the sections. The daily limit per faction will be 40% SDM to be paid. The minimum limit per day per faction will be 1% of the total daily faction payout. You can also join quests created by other players in the tavern or create your own. For each quest, you'll receive an SDM reward of at least 20, depending on the rarity of the land you use. You can also join a paid subscription to auto-repeat quests. If you like, you can create tournaments to increase influence and tournament rewards depending on the rarity of the land and the soldiers you choose, or create contracts to get SDM rewards. In the guild house, you can recruit more soldiers, that is, other players' assets, for your daily activities and get even more rewards. Let's move on to tokenomics. SDM is the main currency of Dark Country. Shadow Dime is used to reward players and landlords for their actions. Players can use it to buy in-game assets and exchange them on exchanges. The total supply is 1 million SDM on the blockchain. A 100th% of what is left in the game to earn is distributed daily to landowners according to their overall influence. The Dark Country team doesn't own SDM. They spend 20% on staking, 30% on the game itself, and 50% on the pool. This is the pool that the team aims to keep for future in-game activities such as play to earn, metagame tiers, guild wars, and global tournaments. In summary, I'd like to again emphasize that this is an unusual game with unique storylines that are exciting from the start. Each player can become a landowner, participate in battles, receive rewards, and NFT. The team promises that they'll continue to develop the mechanics of the game so that everyone can become richer. Follow the game updates on social networks. Dark Country opens up an amazing world of adventure in virtual worlds for everyone.